Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy RJ coming at you with another gameplay commentary, whatever you want to call it. So what you guys are going to be seeing in the background here is a little bit of One in the Chamber here, back in the good old days, Black Ops 1 firing range. This is when everything was fun, fine, and dandy. And after this, you're going to see a nice little transition on over into the year 2025. A little bit of free-for-all action on the DLC map Pod, which is probably not one of my favorite maps, but it was pretty decent gameplay. I mean, it's not the best, you know, I could probably do better, but I'm not a freaking MLG pro guy, so you guys are gonna have to take that. I think it's like a 30 and 7 or something like that. Anyways, getting into the topic of the day. I was watching a couple podcasts on YouTube and a couple videos and stuff, and a lot of guys have been talking about the new consoles and all that. How everybody's talking about next gen. Technically, they're not called next gen no more. Technically, to the community and as everybody that games the current generation consoles now would be considered the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Not the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. They're old. They're old. They're way back. they're not current gen no more. And I just want to clear that up before I start talking about anything else. But as a community, everybody's worried about wanting to either get a PS4 or an Xbox One. Now, a couple of these guys were talking about people that aren't as fortunate, or people that aren't as they're not as grateful as you. Not grateful. I can't find the word I'm trying to find. But they don't even have a PS3 or Xbox 360 now. Now, what they were talking about is they were still asking people and wondering if the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox, the original Xbox, if them two were still if they were still alive. Now, they weren't really talking about the Xbox as much, but they were mainly focusing on the PlayStation 2. And what they were saying is that, correct me if I'm wrong, between the end of the year 2013, the last PlayStation 2 game to be made, I believe it was a FIFA game, they said. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Don't judge me if it was wrong. I believe that's what they said. And what they were saying is there's still a lot of people that play the PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 2 is their current generation console right now. PlayStation 2 and the Xbox, the original Xbox. But like I said, they're mainly talking about the PlayStation 2. And what they were saying is in other countries such as Brazil and all that other stuff, countries that aren't as rich, I guess you could say, not saying that the United States or Canada or anything like that, like we're really rich, you know what I'm saying? But like they're just not as grateful, not grateful, you guys know what I'm trying to say, I can't think of the word, but they're just not as fortunate. They're not as fortunate as us to be able to get a PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. Most of them, like they were saying, they're still playing PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox. Now, if they were to get a PlayStation 3, I'm pretty sure they would PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. I'm sorry, I'm more of a PlayStation fan, so I'm used to talking about PlayStation more than Xbox and all that stuff. I'm sorry if I'm offending any Xbox people. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the Xbox, but I like the PlayStation better. That's why I'm always relating to it. But anyways, just starting to get a little bit off topic. Anyways, what they were saying is that the PlayStation is still alive. I said that, blah, blah, blah. And then how they were talking about people still finding Nintendo 64s and all that stuff, and they were probably like the best consoles, not like the best console, but they were like the most fun because that was like one of the original consoles and all that stuff. And I wasn't around for that. I mean, I'm not that old, but I've played an original Nintendo 64, and it is pretty fun. The graphics are shit or whatever. I mean, it's what it is, but it's fun. You know what I'm saying? And going back onto the topic of people playing on the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox and all that stuff, they, like the new FIFA, I believe it was FIFA that they were talking about, that was the last game they made for the PlayStation 2 at the end of the 2013 year. Anyways, they were talking about the graphics are just horrible, but the people don't know that. Like, they're used to playing, like they think their graphics for that game that's horrible compared to the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and especially the PS4 and Xbox One now, or even PC gaming, it's like horrible. Like, I don't know if you guys do it, but I still have a PlayStation. I still have a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 1. I have a PS3 and a PS4. I have all the PlayStation consoles they've ever made, and they all still work. And every now and then, I do like to plug in a PlayStation 1 or my PlayStation 2 and hop on there and play some Crash Bandicoot or some other games. You know what I'm saying? Some of the original Grand Theft Autos, which are still if to me really fun because I still have all my game save data and all that stuff on there. But what I'm trying to get off topic, but what I'm trying to say is, how would you guys feel if you weren't grateful enough to be able to have a PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, or had them, and now moving on to the current generation consoles and getting a PS4 or a Xbox One? Just imagine how that would feel, and that's what they were pretty much talking about. And I just want to get some of your guys' opinions because I was asking a lot of questions when I was watching it, and it was making me think. Because if that was me, I mean, I'd be happy, but just think about, like, if they were to get a brand new PlayStation 4 or Xbox One instead of their old PlayStation 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy. And anyways, I just want to ask you guys, leave your comments, hit me up on PlayStation Network or what you guys think. I'm hopefully going to be trying to get that Minecraft series coming out soon. But as always, boys, it's your boy RJ signing out.